Okay, my name is Richard Ikiebe. I trained as a journalist and have worked in the media for maybe about 35 years, 40 years, I don't know. But 7 years ago, I joined the university where I now work as a researcher and direct a center for leadership in journalism.
Oh, I see.
So essentially, I'm a journalist through and through, but I've also worked in government.
Okay.
I've had opportunity to advise the Minister of Information for 4 years and also advise the Vice President for 1 year. So I have worked in, out of journalism. I have worked with the wire service out of the country for a year. So, yeah, media is me.
Wow.
Media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you should say that you've actually had some collaboration or involvement in the government in the past. Today marks a very monumental occasion with the inauguration of the new president into power for Nigeria. What are your thoughts about today?
Today, it's very significant. I think, again, Nigerians were saved by if I was saying this in Nigeria, I would say Nigerians were saved by God. Again, here you will look for some other words. You probably say destiny or something, but you will try to avoid the word God. But essentially, Nigerians are praying people, and nobody expected that today will come to be without bloodshed, without fights and things like that. So today is a great day in Nigeria, and people rightly rejoice. The question is, have we postponed the evil day, or have we arrived at where we're going? The hope of everyone is that we've arrived at where we're going, and that the government will do the right things, and that we will achieve what Nigeria was meant to achieve as a result of this government. Good thing is that the incoming president, the new president, has been there before, and he has many things to prove. He must prove that he is not what people say he was. He also needs to prove, as he himself had said several times, that he's now a born-again Democrat. So he had to prove that, and that he's no longer a dictator. So there are a lot of things at stake. The economy is at stake. The ethnic relationship between North and South, East and West. It's an opportunity for healing. And he's fortunate also that he has a very great guy, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, who is the vice president, a guy who is very well experienced, knows about government, knows about the people, and so it's a good team that is taking over. But then the future is where the hope all lie. We don't know what will happen, but I think it's a good start.
I've got to ask you, talking about some of these ethnic divisions that have always been an issue in Nigeria in the past. What are some of the steps you think need to be taken to bridge some of these barriers that have always existed and have led to instability in that country?
Well, I think the first thing is for people to listen to each other. You see, we're sitting here around the table, and it's possible I'm saying something and you're hearing differently. I think people need to really sit down and listen to each other, and there needs to come a measure of humility to it. Some people who think they have it all, know it all, or they were born to rule, or they want to keep power to themselves. They need to humble themselves and basically listen. What are the other guys saying? You see, the interesting thing about Nigeria, unlike here, we're here in London, where ethnicity, even though they don't call it that, is a major issue now. And the Scottish tribe, if you want to talk
in comparison,
you want to talk, they want to go. The Welsh want to go. People are actually saying we want to go. But in Nigeria, much as we talk about ethnicity and things, nobody has said, I want out. You see, nobody has.
They all want in.
Yeah, everybody wants in. But what everybody is asking for is fairness, justice, you know, do me right. Don't take everything and then shove it in my face as if I'm a nobody, you know, in my country. So I think that's really our
it's a
saving
government
grace.
of inclusion.
Inclusion,
that brings,
yeah, brings
all those people
yeah.
together.
So I hope we will be able to manage that process. I hope the government will be able to manage that process.
Any quick advice would you give to some of the mistakes of the past that you think need to be avoided for the future, in broad perspective in Nigeria?
I don't know. I'm not the right person to advise anybody. I can't do that because these are all very experienced people. But I will say, think Nigeria first. If you think of the nation first, if you think of the nation first, and you do the nation right, the nation will rise up to make sure that everybody is doing right. Everybody is all right. If you don't think of the nation first, people will always see through what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And that will cause a lot of problems much later. It may not cause problems immediately, but the moment you're thinking the nation first, because there is enough for everyone. Once you're thinking the nation first, it will be apparent. So I say to all those who are unfortunate to be elected or appointed into one role or the other, whether it's at the state level or the federal level, think the larger community first. Once that is your mantra, I don't see any problem going forward.
I heard someone say once that we want to be part of a people that think of legacy and contribution and patriotism ahead of opportunity and shortcuts. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would. It's almost the other side of what I'm saying. Because when you think the nation first, then you're thinking legacy.
Absolutely.
I mean, in fairness to the man who just left office, he could have dug in and said, I'm not going anywhere. You guys were not true. It was wrong. They rigged the election. So, but he thought of the nation first. And now he has left a legacy for himself.
Absolutely.
And yes, many people will remember all the bad things he did. And they have a right to, but they will crown it with the one singular act of saying, okay, you won, I lost. I'm going. You know. And with that single statement, without consulting with anybody, he saved the nation a lot of tears and a lot of blood.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Well, something to discuss. We've obviously heard it from want of a better expression, the horse's own mouth, and very knowledgeable. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.